Ready for a dictation? One, two, three. Mr. Speaker, sir, education and health are the twin pillars on which rest the social sector reforms. The total allocation for the education sector will be increased by 20% in next year. Of this education will be provided. The midday meal scheme will be provided and secondary education will be provided. The focus will shift from access and infrastructure at the primary level to improving quality of learning and ensuring access to upper primary classes. A model school program with the aim of establishing high quality model schools will be started in order to make such schools more accessible to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes students. Government plans to establish Navodaya Vidyalayas in the districts that have a large concentration of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Girls' schools were set up to address the issue of equity in the education of girls belonging to SC, ST, and minority communities. So far, schools have been started, and I propose to allocate funds to set up an additional schools in educationally backward blocks. I also propose to provide a fund to set up new or upgrade existing hostels attached to the girls' schools. Last year, I had announced the National Scholarship Scheme to enable students to continue their education beyond class 8 and up to class 12. The scheme will be implemented in the beginning of the next year. The midday meal scheme has been extended to upper primary classes in educationally backward blocks. The scheme will now be extended to upper primary classes in government and government aided schools in all blocks in the country. This will benefit an additional children, taking the number of children covered under the scheme. Knowledge is power. It is knowledge that will drive success in the 21st century. India has the opportunity to become a knowledge society. Following the Prime Minister's announcement, government will establish one central university in each of the uncovered states. We propose to make a beginning in next year by establishing 16 central universities. More institutes of higher education, as promised by the Prime Minister, will be established during the 11th plan period. I also propose to make a grant to the Postgraduate and Research Institute, Pune, which is one of the oldest institutions of modern learning in India. We must encourage our children to take to careers in science and research and development. Ministry of Science and Technology will introduce a scheme for continuing science education and opportunities for research careers. I propose to provide funds for this contribution to build a knowledge society. The recommendations of the National Knowledge Commission submitted from time to time are under active consideration. Some of them have been incorporated in the 11th plan. Please stop.